probably I introduced you shortly around, right? And the idea is, shall I switch to Lithuania first of all and later continue with English?
Yeah.
Idėja yra tokia, kad mes darom workshopą ir ta prasme atvira, kiek kam norėsis daryti, tiek ir bus. Bet turim laiko iki 6 valandą tikriausiai ateis daugiau žmonių. Ir galima tada pasidaryti savo partį, padraugauti ilgiau šiek tiek. Workshopas gali tęstis maždaug 2 valandas, o gali tęstis ir ilgiau, priklausomai nuo to, kiek bus noro gilintis į tai, kas vyksta aplinkui. Iš esmės jisai yra labai paprastas, reikės išsakyti tikriausiai webcam ir pasižiūrėti, kas yra labai. Jo, porą žodžių apie Brian, tikriausiai pasakysiu. I shortly introduced the framework of the workshop, so 2+ hours probably.
Yeah.
And then in the evening we have probably a presentation for some wine, probably, and for socializing. Brian is Australian, and I'm really happy to see him here in this time. He's for the second time in Blues. He was taking part in the format in Nida, but he was also coming to Vilnius for one day. And he's Australian, living in Newcastle, UK, England, right? You say UK.
Yeah.
Is it UK? Or
UK,
is it
I think it gets confused. UK, England, Great Britain.
Yeah, and Brian is a very interesting guy because he's working with interdisciplinary stuff. He is a scientist. I did PhD in microbiology, right?
And genetic biology.
Yeah, okay.
Biotechnology.
So he's hacking DNAs and genes probably sometimes. Or maybe
During
not
my
yet.
PhD I was, but now I'm more interested in, I guess, the sort of the living technologies you find in your house, in your kitchen, and in the lakes and the rivers. And for me, sort of I guess the Baltics are interesting because you can still go to the supermarket and buy a lot of like raw ingredients and even sort of raw organisms, whereas in the UK it's all sort of shifted to industrial production.
Oh yeah, really?
So yeah, so I like it because I go into a shop and I can buy a sourdough or a sourdough starter or a yogurt starter, or there's lots of things that are sort of fairly interesting that you have to go to specialist places in the UK.
Did you have time to go to the marketplace today? Or?
I had a little time. I think I bumped into it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so it's about hacking. The workshop is about the hacking, and this time we will be hacking electronics, although Brian is a biological hacker, and he's working with artists and scientists. In most cases, I don't think you call whatever you do art, you just do things. It's a kind of do things or hands-on,
I guess
things.
Some of it, yeah.
You do not take part in exhibitions, so
some exhibitions, but I guess mostly I'm interested in, I guess, constructing environments or experiences or introducing people to things that I can basically teach. So things that I can, look at a science paper on the internet and then I can think, oh, that's interesting. Can we make something? Can we make a workshop about it? Can we introduce a new technology or a new way of thinking about, substances? So, the webcam is sort of this ubiquitous device that you find everywhere. And then with this very simple way of just switching the lens upside down, you turn it into a thing that's good at looking at faces to a thing that's reasonable to look at like microscopic organisms. So a lot of this hacking mentality is sort of looking at things and trying to get away from the label that's attached to the thing, and more like what's its affordances or what it allows you to do. So, you don't look at a tree and call it a tree, you call it, construction material, or you don't look at beer, or you look at sugar as fuel for bacteria rather than something you put in your teacups.
Right.
Or a bucket is very useful.
And if you look at me,
what do you look like?
so what do you think of as a ingredient for your experiments, or what?
A subject?
Yeah, human cells.
Human and bacterial cells, and more.
And if you
A composite thing.
Yeah, and
Like-
if you have mirror in front of you, what you see.
Yeah, exactly. A number of different ideas of what an individual is, because this is we sort of really post genetics, because genes are useful, but they're still a cultural construct, and they might not explain all the things. So, but yeah, so there's sort of humans I see as ecosystems rather than
Like humans rather than
what?
humans. Ecosystem rather than
composites,
humans.
mosaics, because we have a kilogram of bacteria in our guts, and that actually science is on its way to say how this bacteria is affecting our brains, and that there is some sort of crosstalk happening between your brain and the bacteria in your guts. So you can't really just say, oh, a human is a mind in a brain.
Yeah.
A human is a mind in an environment or an ecosystem.
It's like more about contemporary sciences. What is
Mhm.
humanity?
Yeah.
It's not individual anymore. It's within
Yes.
systems theory, within systems,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
ecosystem in this case. So your field is more scientific rather than artistic, but you combine all the stuff, and I would
I'd say the material is generally scientific, but I'm trying to appreciate it in a different way to just pure science.
right. Yeah.
Because I'm also interested in sort of languages and how languages construct worlds,
Yeah. Right.
or
Yeah.
taxonomies.
So whatever we do today is an artwork, right?
It's an event.
It's an event.
It's a
Okay.
happening.
Okay, so in Deleuzian terms, it is event, right?
It's an assemblage.
Yeah.